Fallout 76 is often criticized as not having enough going on to justify its existence, but hey, now you can pay more to do things that people wanted to do from the get-go. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on gameranx, let's talk about what is going on with Fallout First. So yeah, there's a new service called Fallout First. It's a $12 a month or $100 a year subscription service to Fallout 76 that gives you the ability to occupy private worlds with a few friends, which is basically what people wanted out of Fallout 76 in the first place, but as you know, isn't what Fallout 76 is. So let's go over the main features. The main feature is that you get a private world that's exclusively yours that you can play with up to 7 friends in. They don't need Fallout First to access it, which I'm guessing is intended to be seen as generous. A scrap box, which is an unlimited storage container for crafting components. A survival tent, which is a placeable fast travel point with a stash, sleeping bag, and more for your basic needs. 1,650 atoms per month to use in the atomic shop, which by the way is premium currency and would total out to about $16.50, which is probably meant to make this look like a no-brainer to subscribe just for the atoms. But let's also keep in mind that in having the subscription, you're more or less now obligated to purchase atoms. I have to imagine certain aspects of the game will then start assuming you have more atoms as the game is developed further. The Ranger armor outfit from Fallout New Vegas, which is probably intended to steal the Outer Worlds thunder, and an icons and emotes pack because that's the world we live in now. So if you definitely are going to spend at least $16.50 in Fallout 76 premium currency every single month for the next year, this is probably worth it. If you're not, all this is the cordoning off of features that should have been in the game, especially for people who stuck with this game for a whole year despite all of the problems and controversy. Let's go ahead and break down why the private server thing is partly BS. When you rent a private server in basically any game, let's say Minecraft or something where you would expect a persistent world to exist, the server is always persistent. The server that you would be renting in Fallout 76 is not. Literally the only server feature you're getting in renting the server is getting a world to yourself that you can boot up and play anytime you want, you know, like a regular game. Like here's something I just cannot fathom. Normally when a game sells an online subscription, it's because the game is an online game. But the subscription in this game is actually for a less online version of it. It's for a closed off version of Fallout 76. For a lot of people, it's going to be a subscription that allows them to play the damn game like it's a single-player game. Except, you know, without NPCs or anything that resembles a real story. Like, one of the complaints is that Fallout 76 isn't persistent anyways. When you log into Fallout 76, it's just random. You end up on some random server with some random people, and yes, some things you do remain persistent, but not in the actual full definition of the word. It's just that you retain things you did in the previous session, more than the world is somehow a persistent thing that in theory you could set something up in and leave. No, when you leave, the server shuts down. When you rejoin, it turns back on. And on top of that, you can't adjust anything about the world, they just follow the same settings as adventure mode. Now there is the promise of developing the private worlds in the future, however, in my opinion, all this does is ensure that features people want are cordoned off behind a subscription. A subscription to a year-old game that hasn't done well anyway, that is almost universally reviled and still isn't free to play despite all of this. This game is still MSRP'd at $40, which isn't its full price, and it is on sale at a lot of outlets right now, but sales are of course temporary, and $40 is a lot knowing that you have to subscribe to something in order to get the full feature set out of. You know, on top of that $40. Like, for all of the people who don't want private servers, is the development going to shift towards private servers and these subscription people? Because frankly, that's basically how they can make money off of this game now, and given they have delayed the Doom sequel till next year, this, Fallout First, is their holiday offering, especially when we get to considering how a lot of other games are moving to a battle pass model, where seasonally you're asked to re-up a certain small purchase, like $5. And although I think that this is still a weird way to conduct business, it's less bad than a subscription to something that is basically an obligation to buy in-game currency and a private server that may cordon off development of further features to the game only to a subscriber base. I don't know, I just kind of generally hate this. It's just basically trying to get more cash out of folks who have already given them cash. Considering the fact that in order to still be playing this game, you'd have to be a huge fan of it because the amount of criticism it has withstood is astronomical. The people still playing this game are people who said, nah, that's fine, I'm good with this game. And the reward that those people get is a subscription model that will probably make the base game less good because the incentive is for Bethesda to make incentives to buy the thing. At this point, the Fallout 76 user base isn't going to expand. The only way that would happen is if they went free to play, and they haven't. It's ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous. What do you think, though? Let us know what you think in the comments, and if you like this video, please click the like button. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. The best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription. So click subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell. As always, thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter, @FalconTheHero, and we'll see you next time, right here on gameranx.